From Fremont, California, this is the Smokie Podcast, a production of the Smoke Signal, covering everything from student life to what's going on in the world, all in short 20-minute episodes. I'm Mahek Bhora, the web editor, and I'd like to welcome you to our third episode, where some of our staff writers will be having a roundtable discussion about habits that they've developed over quarantine.
Hi, my name is Tavish Mohanti, and I'm a senior staff writer at the Smoke Signal.
Hi, my name's Sabrina Cai, and I'm the Senior Advertising Manager.
And today we will be your hosts, guiding this epic conversation all about habits that we have formed over quarantine. We have two exciting guests with us today, Nithika Valluri and Jessica Yu.
Hi, my name is Nithika Valluri, and I'm a first-year staff writer at the Smoke Signal.
Hello, my name is Jessica Yu, and I'm also a first-year staff writer at the Smoke Signal.
So quarantine has definitely uprooted all of our lives, and I know I've developed some good habits, some bad. So today we'll just be going into all of that.
Yeah, so just to get started, let's jump into some good habits that we have formed over quarantine.
I think one of the good habits I've formed is definitely allotting time to spend with my family every day, and we've decided to do that during lunch. So my parents kind of move their meetings around, and whenever me and my sister have our lunch break, we all get to eat together, which is definitely something we weren't able to do before quarantine, and it's a good habit that we really like.
Yeah, going off what Nithika said, my family has definitely tried to spend more time together. In the beginning of quarantine, we would go running every day in the morning as a family. But as school started, we kind of shifted toward the weekend and spend more time doing exercise still, like hiking, or just doing chores such as washing my dog or eating together.
Definitely same. My parents and I have started going on like evening walks together, and we just like talk about our days, and like that's become a habit of ours. And I think more than just like spending time with family, it's also really nice for a mental health break, because, you know, you're getting some fresh air, you're talking it out with your family. What are some mental health things that some habits that you guys have started developing?
Well, for me, I've regulated my sleep schedule, which has really helped me mentally, because during the day, during school, I would be so tired and just wouldn't be able to do anything. So now, because of office hours and because of the more flexible timing, I'm able to take more naps. And I usually end up taking like one nap per day. And it's been really good in letting me feel more rested and letting me like be more energetic when I do have work to do.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with Sabrina on that. Being able to like balance my sleep schedule has helped me in so many ways. Like before quarantine, I used to take naps almost every day after school, and it would be 2 to 3 hour naps, and that would really destroy my schedule. But having office hours with distance learning has really helped me balance out how much time I take my naps for, and I think that's been one of the good habits I've formed.
Yeah, I feel like office hours is like amazing. It's like incredible for me, I think, because it's like this extra piece of time where I can kind of do whatever I want, like meaning like I can either, if I'm feeling super productive that day, I can like work, or one thing I do to kind of take a break is like I cook, and so like, and that's really picked up more I picked up more nutritious habits. Like I've been eating a lot healthier. I used to hate eggs, but now like during office hours, I'll like cook them. Like I'll like cook eggs in my own way, and I've fallen in love with eggs. So that's like a habit that I've discovered I love. And yeah, office hours is kind of my saving grace.
Yeah, for me, I use office hours a lot to like either do homework or I like to go on a run. But if my brother's hungry, I'll also cook for him. So I'm like his servant. But yeah, cooking is actually really fun. So that's like one of the good habits I've also developed.
I guess that kind of connects. Do you guys have any like productivity habits or like study habits that have changed over quarantine?
I think one of the things I do to stay productive is this trend where you kind of do a time lapse of your like studying or work area, and that helps me not only stay away from using my phone, but it also proves like how much I can do if I just kind of stay focused and stay off social media, stay off my phone. And so I would definitely recommend that if you're trying to stay focused, just put a time lapse of yourself and record yourself, and you'll get a lot of work done.
I think during quarantine and with like online school, I definitely have a bit of a reduced workload, but I've also been equally as productive in going through that workload, because like usually during office hours, for example, or during lunch, because we have so many breaks during the day, I'm able to do my work then. And then after school, I have a lot of extra time on my hands I can do to explore other things I'm interested in, which has been a saving grace. I think just the more flexible timing of our schedules now makes it a lot easier to be productive and work when I'm feeling productive versus like the allotted times that I had to do work before.
I feel like also like async time. I know that digital learning has been both mentally and emotionally draining for me at least, but I think async time is probably like it's been so helpful for me in terms of productivity because I can finish all of my homework and stuff like that during that time and just spend after school focusing on studying and kind of learning at my own pace. And I definitely have developed the habit of like doing like all my homework during async time and then saving my time after school for me to do like the things, whether it's like I need to study for that physics test coming up or it means like playing with my dog. I feel like that allotted time has helped me just like adjust much, much better.
Yeah, so it's really good that we've developed all these really great habits, but can you guys think of any like not so great habits that you've developed? Because I know I've developed quite a few.
Yeah, for sure. So one habit that was really bad of mine was I would just say like I would try to get all my work done in one day, and that would make me sleep really, really late because I'd just be like, okay, one more assignment and then I'll go to sleep. But then that cycle would just continue until like there's actually no more assignments, which is kind of impossible. So one thing that I did start doing recently though was sleeping earlier and just setting a deadline for myself, like by 11:30 I will go to bed. But before that, my sleep schedule was really just not working well.
Yeah, I think one thing we can also all relate on is, having it be at our home, like our classes are just taking it from home. We wake up really, really last minute and just get into our class right away. We don't really change our clothes. Might not eat breakfast, whatever it is. And so what I've been realizing with that is like, it's like really last minute. I just think that's a really bad habit that I'm sure a lot of us have formed.
Yeah, I feel like for my sleep schedule, like Jessica was talking about, for some reason, I like just get super tired at around 3 p.m. in the day. And so one really bad habit that I've gotten into is like drinking iced coffee. So like I'll wake up and I'll anticipate being tired. So I'll be like, okay, I'm going to make myself a big glass of iced coffee that'll get me through the day. It doesn't get me through the day. Like I'll like wait 2 hours and then I'll make myself another iced coffee. And it's like during every break we get, I'll just make myself more coffee. And it's gotten to a point where like if I don't have coffee, I'll have like a really bad headache or like a really bad stomach ache, which I'm pretty sure are like withdrawal symptoms, which is really bad. So, but yeah, like coffee is one huge problem that I found with quarantine.
Yeah, going off that, I feel like a lot of us probably have a habit of, since we're always at home, we just have food always at our fingertips. And that's a big change from when we were at school because like most of your teachers probably don't let you eat food. And even if they do, you probably don't have food like 24/7. So learning how to control like just not eating every single period, every single break is something that I've been trying to adapt to and work with.
Oh my God, 100%.
Yeah, definitely. I used to always try to eat maybe in third period or fourth period. I would get hungry in person school and I would just start eating my lunch or whatever it was. But then now I get to still eat my lunch at lunch and I just add more and more snacks throughout the day, which isn't the healthiest idea, but it's definitely something that I feel like I need to work on.
Wait, when you guys mentioned that, oh my God, I just remember like I would make like myself popcorn. I make myself popcorn like in random times in the day. And the thing is like during office hours and stuff, sometimes I'll just like be in my bed eating popcorn. And like sometimes I'll just like find kernels all over the place. It's so bad.
Oh my
because
God.
I know that sounds so gross, but like the thing is like we have so much, like Jessica, what you said about like with the food at our fingertips, I didn't even think about it that way, but it's like we have so much access to all of this stuff now and it's like become a huge problem. I've definitely noticed that.
So it kind of sounds like when you guys are bored, then you guys just default to getting a snack and eating. But I don't really do that. I kind of have a different habit where when I'm bored, I automatically go and online shop. So I'll just like open some random tab and start like scrolling through clothes to buy. And like I usually don't buy it. Like it usually just ends up sitting in my cart. But I think like the time wasted I spend just scrolling through like sale sections or like even buying some of it and then not being able to wear any of it because I don't go outside. It's just like a really bad habit I've developed where I just automatically go to some sale website and start scrolling.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have also noticed this, but I think for me, because I'm spending 6 hours online, I definitely think like after school, I try to stray away from like doing things online. And like it's not even a conscious thing. I think it's just become a thing where I really, I'm kind of like, I don't know if you guys have heard about Zoom fatigue, but it's like where you kind of like, it's like a scientific thing where you get more tired because you're like looking at the blue light and like all of this. And Smoke Signal actually released an article about this, so you guys should go check that out.
Hype it up.
Hey, I co-wrote that, so yeah, you should definitely check it out.
Yeah,
check
so,
in the feature section.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like after school now, I've been trying to like, I feel like physically sick when I'm like online for so long, and like so that's like definitely I've developed a habit of like not going on my devices too much. But TikTok has made that so hard in the night. I will just like scroll through TikTok for like an hour and it's just like problematic. But I guess that kind of like fits into like, are there any habits that you guys tried to develop or like started developing but then like stopped midway?
Yeah, definitely trying to stay off my devices after school is something I wanted to do, but obviously it gets kind of difficult when majority of our assignments are actually online now, right? And another thing that I want to do is maybe certain time that I'll either dance or exercise or something like that where I wouldn't be on a device. And I try to do at least 1 hour a day, but it gets hard when we have a lot of assignments or a lot of workload and we just don't have time for that.
Yeah, I also tried making an exercise routine where like I really wanted to start working out, and I also take PE, so I do work out like on an every other day basis, but I wanted to work out on a daily basis, so I told my friend like, can we Zoom together and like do an online workout? And we did it for 2 days, and then we just stopped after that, or like she kept going, I just stopped. But like yeah, so like yeah, I really tried, or I tried for 2 days, but it was just not in the cards for me.
Wait, I definitely, so my brother's here, right? Because like we're all quarantining together, and like in the summer, we like, he is really into running. So he was like, hey, we should like go run every day. And we did for like a week. I would run like 4 or 5 miles, which for me was like crazy. I mean, like I hate running. So like, and I was like, oh my God, like this is becoming a habit. I'm going to go out every day and run. Like when the school year comes around, like senior portraits, I'm going to look so fine. Like I'm like running is going to be my new thing. And then like a week later, he's like, do you want to go running? And I was like, absolutely not. Do not ask me to go running. I will not do it. And so like I think that's like one of the habits that I was like I really, really badly wanted to develop, but it just didn't happen, you know?
Yeah, it definitely takes a lot of control to be able to run every day or whatever it is if it's out of your comfort zone. I personally could never ever get myself to run or exercise unless I have like a scheduled dance class or a scheduled something like that. I don't think I could have that control.
Yeah, that's one habit that I was able to do just because of like my mom's motivation, because she makes me. But some stuff that I've tried to do that I haven't really completely got like a solid foundation for is like skincare. I also made this promise to myself, like, oh, I'll journal, you know, I'll be one of those bullet journal people.
The aesthetic people.
Yeah.
I could do like spreads.
Yes, but I couldn't do it because like I'd start writing about like my good day and then I'd run out of things to say, but then on the bad days I'd be like writing like 5 pages. So like it was just really hard to maintain like some of those habits. One more habit that I can remember is like I was like, okay, I'll listen to like piano music at the end of the day, like it will be calming, but then I just default back to my like rap playlist or like any other music. So yeah, those are like some of the habits that I've tried to develop that haven't really worked out for me yet.
Yeah, I guess I've noticed like from what from what you guys are talking about, I think a huge part of like developing habits is like having someone there to kind of encourage you. Like Sabrina, what you said, like you and your friend were gonna do it, and like even though you kind of failed, but like I think it's really helpful to have someone encouraging you to kind of get up and do it. And I think another huge thing is like just start it. You know, like if you want to have a habit, just jump right into it, and like you're gonna keep telling yourself like, oh, I want to try that, or oh, I want to do that, but like I feel like the hardest step is like starting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, on that note, do any of you have any other tips about what people can do to form new habits or change some bad habits?
I think in terms of health, like drinking water is so underrated, and I've never realized that more because it could solve any problem, especially with being online for so long. I've been getting headaches really, really often, and water solves it. Like if you could think of any possible problem, I can guarantee you drinking a lot of water solves it. And a lot of people don't believe that, and if you don't believe it, it's probably because you don't really drink water. But
You sound like
I can
Preaching
definitely
water.
vouch for it. Yeah, like my mom has preached for it so much, and like now I preach for it as well. So I would
Wait, yeah, I was
definitely
just gonna
recommend
say
that.
you sound like my mom. Like my mom is always encouraging me to drink water, but yeah, actually I think I don't do it enough. I told you guys about my coffee addiction, but like that's my new water now. I just like drink coffee like I drink water. But yeah, anybody guys?
Sorry, Tavish.
No,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I think like just like even if you don't feel like doing it, you should probably just do it anyway. Because like once you stay consistent, then eventually like you will build that habit, which like personally I haven't been able to do either. But you know, I still try to tell myself that so that I will. But you know, we'll see how it goes.
And I feel like another reason like habits right now are so important is because like everything around us is changing, you know, and I feel like it's good to have some consistency in our lives. At least that's for me, that's what I've noticed, is like it's like there's so much going on. Like every day there's a new like news article that comes out, or every day there's like something new and big that's happened, and it's like to have these kind of like things to fall back on, like whether they're small, like going running, or like going on a walk with your family every day, or like you know, drinking water. It's like there's some semblance of consistency, which I think is really important for mental health and like physical health.
Yeah, and I also think another important thing to note is that if you aren't able to like achieve your dream habit list, or like you give up on a habit, it's okay, and it's not great to be really hard on yourself, because literally everybody tries to make habits. Like you can see, we all try to do habits and failed at some of them, but it's just like that constant effort in trying to be better and trying to develop these habits, and that's what's gonna like make you a better human being in the long term, I guess.
So I guess that kind of wraps up our conversation about habits. Everyone has habits, good and bad. And as we've talked about, it's all about, you know, having a good support system if you want to achieve those good habits. It's all about taking that leap and just trying them, if you want to have good habits. But as Sabrina said, don't be too hard on yourself if you end up having some bad habits. You know, if you end up eating popcorn in bed, or you drink too much coffee, it's okay, because at the end of the day, as long as you are trying, as long as you are making an effort to kind of stay healthy, stay safe, that's really what matters, even though that sounds so cheesy. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us, and thank you everyone for your insightful dialogue. For more content by The Smoke Signal, visit our website at www.thesmokesignal.org. To our listeners, thank you for taking time out of your day and tuning into this episode of the Smokie Podcast. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
I want to thank Tavish, Sabrina, Nithika, and Jessica for their honest and insightful discussion about their habits. The background music is produced by Lucrembo, and the show was edited by Mahek, Bhora. We hope this episode provided you with some interesting food for thought. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.